Hi, I'm Luan Aiken with Tagawa Gardens here in Centennial, Colorado, and we are here today to talk about flowers, specifically big, beautiful container gardens spilling over with color and enthusiasm. I'm here at Tagawa's today with Chris, our Annuals and Production Co-Director, Co-Manager. She's a poobah in any terms. And we are going to talk about thriller, filler, and spiller. And she's going to tell you what exactly that means. What is it? Thriller, filler, spiller?
I know, it's just code for, this is your thriller, something that's the specimen, like the centerpiece of your container. And a lot of people only knew about spike, but we have many, many options. We could use this beautiful stipa that gives you nice flow. We could use another grass. This one has great color that you could blend with your other flowers. We have plants that get very tall and spiky, just like this salvia. And we have things like this fiber-optic grass, which is also cute and fuzzy in a shorter pot.
Not to mention a whole lot of fun.
It is. Then a filler is something that's the middle of your container. Often use things like this beautiful Regal Geranium. Isn't that a gorgeous color?
You know I'm in love with that plant.
Oh, it's beautiful. You can use things like the salpiglossis. You can use things like the dahlias. You can use things like that geranium that's over there, which would look really pretty with that one right there.
And spillers?
And spillers are things that are going to trail over. As you see on the larger pot, we had bacopa and blue petunias. You have bacopa, you have this new lobellaria that's so much fun to play with. You have this new plectranthus, petunias of course, nemesias of course, calbracoas. These are all going to be lovely. And sweet potato vine, we all of that one because it makes other colors pop.
Lime green. Let's plant a container. What would you like to choose?
Let's see. Let's start with this beautiful grass. Okay. And you don't have to always put your center, your specimen or your thriller in the center. You can also put them at the back, depending on how your pot is viewed.
But you do need to put them in first-rate soil.
Yes, that's
Please
true.
continue.
That's true. Then you would plant, and I don't plant right away. First, I kind of lay it all out how I think I'm going to like it.
You're designing.
Yep. So I go, oh, I really like that color together with that.
Little alyssum will trail and smells really good.
Right, right. And then you can put in things like your trailers. Here's a great, this is called Jade Frost. Here's a bacopa.
Put some callies.
Yes.
Thriller, filler, and we're spilling now.
And we're starting to spill. And so as this plant grows, you're going to see all those components start to happen, just like for that one.
This will get much taller and more dramatic.
And it will get little purpley fuzzy plumes on it as well.
Right. Now we've chosen a plastic pot. Remember, any container you choose, absolutely, positively, no exceptions, needs to have good drainage. The plastic will hold well. We put a coffee filter. This is so clever. Did you personally dream this up?
Yes, I think I did.
Okay, we'll give her credit, it's fine. So we put a coffee filter at the bottom to hold in the soil and still lets the drainage out. Excess drainage leads to bacteria, not good.
Right, and also it keeps that stain from coming out on your deck or patio.
And everybody has them.
Yes, we usually do.
Special trip. Okay, so we have planted our thrillers, our fillers, and our spillers. In this case, it's plastic. Does that help hold the moisture?
Plastic is one of the best for holding moisture, and they're lightweight, they're durable. Clay is going to be more.
Grab that clay pot.
This will be incredibly porous, and you'll be spending all day watering a small pot. It's always better to go into a larger pot. Ceramic is wonderful. It holds moisture very well, and it's functional, beautiful. You can match it to, for instance, the rest of your patio furniture or your deck.
So there are all kinds of choices. Just remember that the more porous, like clay or terracotta and wood, are going to let that moisture out, and you really are going to have to stay on top of them more than you would something plastic or a large ceramic container. What about feeding these beauties once they're in?
You know, I love, the fertilizer I use here is Daniel's. This is an organic-based fertilizer started with, it comes from the soybean, and it's my favorite fertilizer. The numbers are 10-4-3, but it works for blooming as well as greening.
And people need to be careful using a fertilizer that has a real high middle number. Those 3 numbers on the front of the fertilizer container represent nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. You don't need to worry about that. You do need to worry about giving your plants too much nitrogen. You've heard the stories of big, bushy, green tomato plants.
And no fruit.
And no fruit. That could be the problem. So come to Tagawa's and ask for some advice on what fertilizers make the best sense when you plant your container garden. How are we going to water this?
You know, this is my moisture meter.
Okay.
It's my finger. And you can purchase moisture meters.
We have plenty.
We have those.
Right?
But I usually just stick my finger in. When it's dry to my second knuckle, I know that it needs a good drink. And I like a plant to dry down a bit and then water it thoroughly so that you see water flowing out of the bottom and out.
I've heard of a 1/3 rule, where 1/3 the size of the container. Once that starts to dry out, that top third, that's your cue to go ahead and water until you see water coming out the bottom. How many plants does Tagawa have?
Thousands, more than I could ever number.
Thousands and thousands.
Gazillions.
150,000 square feet of retail space. Chris and her staff of experts, total expertise, about 700 years, which is not intended to make her sound old. She is not. But we have so many plants, so many choices, and our experts can absolutely help you get the right plant in the right place and give you lots of ideas in the process. Chris, you're the best.
Thanks.
My annual's poobah. Come see us at Tagawa's. Check out our website at tagawagardens.com and come see us. We will be so happy to help you be green and grow.